Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. Hope you had a great day. My day has been awesome, right? Um, Cryptos were up a lot. That's a great thing. Not the best thing, but a great thing. They were up on CPI data, okay? But breaking news, remember I've been telling you about DCG and which is the digital currency group. One of their holdings, Genesis, and then Genesis was in charge of doing the earn program for Gemini. Well, guess what? The SEC, late to the game as usual, has decided that they're going to take them to court, meaning Genesis and Gemini, for selling unregistered securities. So that means that could have a serious downward impact on crypto, right? Yes, the SEC is late to the game, but those are serious charges that both companies are going to have to contend with. Then when and Gary Gensler and his little motley crew of fools has been looking for another exchange to go after. And here's Gemini. Now, something else that you have to pay attention to is the fact that their earn program was in business for a long time. They've since shut down the earn program because Genesis has a liquidity problem. By the way, their liquidity problem is actually $3 billion. Yeah, not the one point something that they were talking about. No, it's 3 billion. That was reported today. So I'm looking at this and I'm just going, you're late to the game and you're not paying attention to this. And I want you to stop and think about this. Gemini is a US based crypto exchange, which means they have to jump through a lot of hoops to be in business. Not just federal hoops, but also local municipality hoops, states, other municipalities, right? When you look at that, when you say late to the game, mind equal blown. Like seriously, mind blown. They were doing this for a long time, and now, after Genesis has a liquidity problem, after Gemini shuts it down, now you want to go after them. Somebody please give Gary Gensler a new job, maybe involving a broom and dustpan. Just saying, that would be probably better. I mean, literally, a broom and a dustpan. Seriously. When I look at that, I'm just kind of like, oof, that's a level of ugliness that is going to hit. It's going to have impact. DCG is on the ropes right now. So they have a venture capital arm. They've got about 200 holdings. They're going to have to sell some. Like, go figure. They're going to have to sell some to make up some money to kind of help bail out, Genesis. But not just bail out Genesis, they got to bail out themselves. I told you the other day, they got turned down by Bitvavo out in, I forgot what it was, Norway, Sweden, one of those countries. That they were not going to accept we'll pay you 70% in this time frame instead of the time frame that we're in. They said no. They said no. So that is actually huge. It's bigger than what people think. So I'm glad cryptos went up. I'm glad a lot of people are actually experiencing joy because they're seeing their profits. Actually, just remember, they're not profits unless you take them, and they're not losses unless you take them. So if there's a downward move, you might want to pay attention. But I'm expecting this whole DCG thing, it's gotten worse. And I think we're still looking downward because all we need is a little bit more bad news before all of crypto goes, whoa, that's bad. Also, mind you, the stock market and the crypto market went up based on CPI data. And tomorrow's Friday. And you know what happens on Fridays, right? It's usually a sell-off. So we could be looking at a correction, small correction, but some kind of correction tomorrow, unless we get really good news. Remember, banks are coming out with their earnings, or a few banks are coming out with their earnings tomorrow, and I'm not expecting those to be good. Earnings season is upon us. Oh, pay attention. Just pay attention. Some good news. Binance has staked about $35 million in Shiba Inu. That's kind of big because there's been positive movement, positive news coming out of Shiba Inu. Like I told you the other day, they've got Shibarium that's coming out. And Shibarium is going to be 100% bone. You know, that's Shibarium's, their metaverse's coin of choice or token of choice. But it also means that they'll be burning SHIB for every on-chain transaction. That is actually very big news. Very good news. And here comes $35 million staked in SHIB. I don't know. That's kind of cool. Other good news, we all know that Coinbase is down tremendously. Let's not even play. Let's not even, sugarcoat that. They're down tremendously. What happens now? Cathie Wood comes in with her ARK investments and invests another $3.3 million in Coinbase shares. People might be laughing, but Coinbase, I believe, is smart enough, like Binance, smart enough to be thinking, we're going to work on, more revenue streams outside of just being a normal or just acutely focused crypto exchange, which is a very big deal. And the reason why is because in the future, I do not expect central exchanges to be highly profitable if they're just being a crypto exchange. They'll make money, but they won't be highly profitable. That means that they've got to find other ways to make money, or they will get bought or go out of business. And Coinbase is on that track. So is Binance. So are a couple other firms that are a little bit smarter than what's going on, in the general population. Plus, Coinbase has got some serious backing. Hello, BlackRock. They're not that BlackRock has invested, but they kind of invested by working with them with different things, right? Plus, they've gone the other way and invested some of their profits over there. So there's a lot going on, and there's a reason why I believe Coinbase will be around for a while. That doesn't mean that I think, centralized exchanges are going to do better than decentralized exchanges. I think decentralized exchanges are going to grow and prosper. Okay? So take a look at the numbers, pay attention to what you're doing, do your research, do your homework, and be mindful of what you're getting involved in. Right? Gemini is a rock solid company, and they thought they were working with another rock solid company that's backed by another rock solid company, and they weren't expecting all that crap to happen with FTX, which had a negative effect on Genesis, which then forced Gemini to shut down the Earn program. And you sit there and you wonder and you kind of go, ooh. Now, the lawsuit that the SEC is bringing, I'm going to have to do a little bit more research into it, because it's kind of like, well, yeah, you go after Gemini shut it down, and Gemini outsourced that program to Genesis. So I'd like to understand how that actually works out. Anywho, it's a lot to bite off. CPI data drives us up, and this DCG information might drive us down. Again, I'm not expecting rocket growth in a straight line going up. I'm expecting peaks and valleys. Okay? Just be mindful of what I said. I'm expecting peaks and valleys. Depending on how hard DCG hits its floor and the dust settles, we could still see Bitcoin reverse and go down to 15. Now, talking about numbers, let's go take a look. So, as I look at the numbers, you're looking at the fear and greed index. It's at 30 right now. It might go higher tomorrow, but this late breaking news about the whole SEC thing, that could put a damper on things. Then you switch over, and like I keep telling you guys, you can see that I have a little blue band right here. And I told you I was paying attention to, can we get through that bottom blue band? And the reason why is because that's the 17.6 that I keep talking about. That was our bottom from before. Our new bottom is now 15,482, and then I have an inner band and everything. We came close to the inner band. I'm not expecting us to stay this way, right? We busted through, had a great breakout time. I'd be taking a little bit of profit right now. That's what I told my kids. But pay attention to what's going on there, because this is going to get messy, I think, as we move forward. And then I think we'll be off to the races. Okay? Anyway, this is Eddie J on Crypto. Hope you have a good one.